Hello, my name is Hayden Willis, currently a fourth year finance major here at SDSU, and I'm excited to be applying as a speaker for TEDxSDSU. So, to kind of go through things here, I think it'll make a little bit more sense if I tell my personal story and then go into the summary of my talk and then finish up with kind of the why. So, right now, I currently serve as Vice President of Financial Affairs for Associated Students. And with that, I had the honor this year of coordinating the Aztecs Rock Hunger campaign. So basically what that is, it's a campaign that Associated Students hosts every single year since 2009. And what we do is we partner with the Jacobs and Cushman San Diego Food Bank, and for every dollar that's raised, the food bank turns that into 6 pounds of food for people with food insecurities. We also accept non-perishable food donations as well as monetary donations. And then 20% of the monetary donations goes towards the economic crisis response team on campus. So every year the campaign has grown. The first year we did it, we raised 6,000 pounds of food. And last year we raised 448,000 pounds of food. So it's grown quite a bit since the first step. And this year it was my goal to raise 500,000 pounds of food. And I'm fortunate to sit here tonight and say that we raised 588,915 pounds of food, which pretty much crushed our goal and was actually year over year the largest growth that the campaign has had since it started. So with that being said, as the lead coordinator and chairman of the campaign, I learned a lot about inspiring others, about starting a movement, and having an influence on a great deal of people. And so through the campaign, I learned a ton, and basically it's a 3-week campaign. The campaign ended on October 22nd at 12 a.m. technically on October 23rd. And after the campaign ended, I had so much emotion, so much thought about the campaign, about everything I learned, that I wanted to share. So I jumped on Instagram Live actually and just started sharing my thoughts, sharing my thank yous for the people that supported the movement. And I got a lot out, but I felt like there was still a lot that I learned that I wanted to share. And then I got that email about this opportunity, and I thought, what better platform to kind of share all my thoughts on this in a more organized sense than jumping on Instagram Live 10 minutes after the campaign ended. So I applied, and then I got this email about the videos being sent in, and it kind of just furthered my belief that this was the perfect platform when I saw that the theme was pattern disruption. To be completely honest, I didn't know that that was the theme at first, which I probably should have, but I saw that, and that kind of just like, I was like, wow, this is literally exactly what I want to talk about. So now I'll kind of move into the summary of what I want to speak on at this event. So as I mentioned, I learned a lot about inspiring change in a group of people, and not only that, but how it kind of varied from different groups of people and what kind of clicked with people and what didn't. And it's special to me because I wanted to do things differently this year. I wanted it to reach aspects of campus that it hasn't in the past, so that we could blow the record out of the water. I felt like I owed it to the students who were depending on this food and the community members who were depending on this food. And so I made it my goal to stretch it as far as I could. And that was even including out to the community for local businesses. And so learning about that, and also just the whole idea of kind of developing momentum. I noticed how, as I kind of went through the campaign, the more it registered with people, it kind of had exponential growth. In fact, it was such exponential growth that in the last day alone, the Venmo account was at about $20,000 over 21 days, and then that final day we raised over $13,000. In the final 10 minutes, we raised over $3,000 just on the Venmo account alone. And so this too was another kind of key thing that sparked with me that this kind of momentum that grows exponentially was huge in the campaign as well. And I think with inspiring change, in a lot of ways, it can be like that. And so ultimately, I guess what I'm getting at here is there were a few key things, specifically mentioned in my application too, that I learned that I think are really important for inspiring change. At least they were for this instance for me. And I think I accomplished my goal of disrupting the patterns. Every year every year fundraising campaigns of this nature or philanthropies like this tend to kind of inflate and raise year over year. It's kind of the expectation that it's only going to improve. But I had a goal in mind that we were just going to blow this thing out of the water. And so did the people around me. And it ended up happening. And I'm grateful for that. And I kind of want to share what all of that was like and what I learned through that process. And that kind of leads me to my why. Why I think this is an idea worth spreading is because for students especially, we kind of have so much ahead of us, both in college and in post-graduation life. There's opportunity everywhere for change, and I think it's more important now than ever in today's world that our generation understands that we can inspire change, that we can spark that difference. But it all really starts with the mentality that you have yourself. Because if you don't have the mentality, then other people won't. And so I guess that's ultimately why I thought this whole process was about pattern disruption, and furthermore, why I think this is an idea worth spreading. So that kind of wraps it up for me. Closing thoughts here. Thank you so much for your time and consideration. I'm very excited to even make it to this point to be considered for the video here. And I'm looking forward to hearing back from you all soon. Cheers. How do I turn this thing off?